ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Full Metal Geek. This is the Full Metal Geek tournament. We are starting to wind down on these matches, getting them out there. And today we have a very exciting match. We have the number 2 versus the number 15. That is Amaru Moses versus Albert Wiradharma. This is an interesting match right here. Albert just coming off his win in the one play-in match that we had, defeating Mark Meyer in a very close match. And getting this chance, but now he finds himself in another predicament where a loss means going back into testing, and he has a very big competitor up against him now. You have Amaru Moses, whose only 2 losses are to the man currently going for the singles title, and that is David Garcia. So I know for Amaru, the confidence has got to be there. He's only lost to one guy in this league, so the confidence is there. Can Albert make it happen again and pull off the win? Or is Amaru just going to be the number 2 we expect him to be and run his way to the finals? Well, we'll find out how they're thinking right now. So let's go ahead and first speak to our higher range competitor. That is Mr. Amaru Moses and his manager for this evening in Ethan. Gentlemen, welcome back. Amaru, been a little bit since we've seen you. Last time we saw you, you were in that number 1 contenders match against David. A great match, just one little mistake kind of put you down enough. It had to be down. But how are you feeling now being in the tournament setting?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna date this video. It's my birthday, if you know what day that is. Had a really good day today. Gonna have a really good day tomorrow, and plan to have a really good match. I have not overlooked Albert in any way, shape, or form. I know how good he can be. And as you mentioned, little mistakes can get in the way. So I'm just trying to be relaxed, stay as confident as I've been, and hopefully pull out the win today.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we like tournaments. Tournaments are good. Amaru does very well in tournaments. I've seen him do very well in tournaments many times. Albert beat Mark, so this is a twofer for us. 1, obviously, we want Amaru to keep going, and 2, we need vengeance for our faction mate Mark, which we're gonna get. But I really like Albert. I know Spence is here with him, and I like Spence, but they think that Albert's going to win today, and I'm sorry to both Albert and Spence. It's not going to happen, but we're going to have fun. Amaru's going to be relaxed. He's just going to take care of business, and we're excited to do it.
All right, well, good luck to you both, gentlemen. We will see you in just a bit. As we speak now to, of course, Amaru came in last, so it takes forever to get him out of here. But now we will speak to his opponent, the number 15 ranked Albert Wiradharma, and his representation, Adelaide. Welcome back, you two. It's great to see Albert. Like I said, you had an amazing win. Your first win here in Full Metal Geek against Mark Meyer, but you're right back in the ring now. How you feeling going into this?
I'm excited. I'm excited to play in this tournament. Hopefully I can prove myself. Amaru is definitely no slouch, and I'm very familiar with him. I've played with him as a team in the Brawl, and I played against him as well in the team's match with Ryan. So I'm very familiar with him. I know what he can do. I'm not going to overlook him. But yeah, this is going to be an exciting match.
Adelaide, what do you got to say?
I mean, with David, I have beaten Rue twice. So I know his gameplay. I know his head game. But at the end of the day, Rue is an incredible player. My goal for Albert today is to play himself. Rue, you're here. I love you. You're an awesome guy. But we don't need to play you right now. We need to play ourselves. We need to play the best game possible. And if we win, we win. And if we lose, Albert will come back next season fresh out of testing, and he'll be dominant once again. Just today's fun. And I hope you get to have fun too, but hopefully we get to win on the other side.
All right. Very nice words from everybody. So we'll go ahead, see Adelaide later. Bring back in Mr. Amaru. Put me all pretty right here. And gentlemen, we are going to get started, of course, with round number 1. Round number 1 works like this. Each of you will receive 10 questions from throughout the world of Geek. Every correct answer is worth 1 point. You'll have 15 seconds to write down your answer. Once time is up, you will reveal it and vocalize it. If either or both of you go perfect in this round, there is a bonus question available. Keep in mind, for the entire match, you have 3 repeats and 1 challenge. I will keep it up so that if your managers want to bring in to talk to you about a possible challenge, we will do so. Other than that, that is all. And Amaru, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Albert, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, we start with your first question. First question comes from the category of Middle Earth. What is the proper name of the Lonely Mountain in the Hobbit series? Reminding our fans out there a little fun fact while we're timing. The last time Amaru was in a 2 versus 15 match in a tournament was in fandom against yours truly. Didn't go well for him then. Let's see how it works here now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm glad everyone backstage enjoyed that. So we go to Amaru first.
I don't have it.
And Albert.
Erebor?
Erebor is what we were looking for. Albert goes up by 1 point as we get to question number 2. Question number 2, gentlemen, comes from the category of DC. This is DC'd outside of the worlds of DC or DCEU until the Flash movie, then nobody cares anymore. In Batman Returns, the boat that the Penguin often rides on is in the shape of what? That was the best story I had, Amaru. Later, I will apologize if that actually threw you off on that first question. My bad. But I had to do it.
You did. You did.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. And Albert.
A duck.
And Amaru.
Duck.
We will accept duck. We had rubber duck, but I will accept duck from both of y'all. 2-1. We all move on to the next category, and that category is the Wizarding World. What does Lupin give to Harry after resigning at the end of Prisoner of Azkaban? Out of all the teachers who taught the class that he taught, I would want him as my teacher after watching all the films. I'm going to go with Lupin. And a little too early. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We start with Amaru.
Marauders map.
And Albert.
Yep, the Marauders map.
Both correct. All right, gentlemen, your next question. This is question number 4. This actually does come in the category of Worlds of DC. In Man of Steel, what ocean does one of Zod's terraforming machines land in? I really need people who like to host to be out of this tournament so I can start getting them in these matches because talking to myself is boring. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We start with Albert.
The Indian Ocean?
And Amaru?
Indian.
Both correct. All right, gentlemen, we've reached the halfway point. This is question number 5. This is going to be in the category of heroes and villains. In Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, what type of creatures are King Balor and Prince Nuada? I'm getting better at pronouncing these names without Robert here to confirm with me. But let's be honest, I looked it up before the match because I knew I was going to be by myself. I am sorry, Adelaide. The rules are anyone with any skin in the game is not allowed to co-host. That's how I do things here, and that's how we keep them. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. This time we go to Amaru.
I'm stuck on Blade 2, so I said vampires.
And Albert.
I said elves.
Elves is the answer we were looking for. Albert now going up by 2 and still perfect as we get into question number 6. Gentlemen, this is the category of Star Wars. Star Wars. In Rise of Skywalker, when Kylo and Rey first talk through their Force connection, what does he physically take from her? This is one of those questions that it's hard to make commentary because I don't want to give it away. I read all these questions early to make sure there's no mistakes. I should just start like pre-writing banter. That's probably what I should actually start doing. Pre-writing jokes. 5, 4, 3.
I'll repeat this one.
All right, Amaru using his first repeat. In Rise of Skywalker, when Kylo and Rey first talk through their Force connection, what does he physically take from her? And thanks to Amaru, now I have to think of something else completely to say once again, because he put me in a situation where I have to make 15 more seconds on the same question. But luckily, explaining all of this was enough to take up all that time in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down, and we start with Albert.
I said Ray's necklace, specifically from the Pasana Festival.
And Amaru.
That a necklace.
We will accept just necklace. The necklace is correct. Still a 2-point game as we get into question number 7. Gentlemen, this is the category of Marvel, non-MCU Marvel films. In the Men in Black franchise, what is the code name of the agent played by Rip Torn? Torn. Sorry. I always forget how to pronounce his last name. Damn it. The old guy.
Rip Torn.
Oh, Rip Torn. Thank you. I don't know why I put an H in there when I look at it. I always do. I hate my life. I was doing so well, and then I said that. I hate you, Rip Torn. No, I actually really enjoy you whenever you're on screen. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And we go to Amaru.
Zed.
And Albert.
I just said Z.
Z and Z are both acceptable answers, so both of you get the point.
I want Ethan in, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually about to talk to you about this, Rue, because I'm not positive, but I think it's only Zed. I don't think they ever called him Z.
I'm pretty sure it's only Zed. I'm pretty positive it's only Zed. It is not Z. Specifically, he is Zed.
So I agree with that.
Okay, so your official challenge is nowhere is he referred to as codename Z. His codename is only Zed.
No, his codename is Zed. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that is the challenge on the table. We will be right back with the results. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from our first challenge. We had decided in the first challenge that we looked for any instance where it does confirm in any of the Men in Black lore that Zed is also known as Agent Z. We could not find any instance of that. So we were going to actually take away the point from Albert. However, Albert and Adelaide have decided to counter challenge. So go ahead if y'all want to explain real quick, and then we will go back.
Confirm, Albert. Our challenge that Zed and Z are interchangeable, largely because of the leader of the Men in Black is British. Zed and Z are interchangeable throughout different cultures around the world, so they're both acceptable answers. Okay?
Yep.
All right, so we'd like to challenge with that.
All right, so now other challenges on the table. Whatever happens with this, Ethan and Amaru, just to let y'all know, you will keep your challenge because your challenge was upheld. We will now decide what will happen with Adelaide's and Albert's. We'll be right back again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from our second challenge. So we did do a little bit further digging. We got some outside help. I talked with our question writer when it came to the question, and we have ruled that we will still be upheld our first call from Amaru's challenge, that whereas Zed is the term for Z in a lot of other foreign countries, they don't call it the letter Z, they call it the letter Z, so the letter Z still should be acceptable. We went with, since he still presented it as just he's referred to as Z, we looked for any instance in the films. He is never referred to as Z officially. His official code name is Zed. So because of that, we will be denying Albert his challenge. He still loses that point. So with that, it is now a 6-5 game, still in favor of Albert, 1-point game. Gentlemen, we are moving on to the next question. The next question is now going into the category of mixed bag. This is mixed bag. What comic book movie features performances by the following actors? Terrence Stamp, Morgan Freeman, and Common. Like, I really liked Common growing up, and then, like, I started watching more movies of him, and I'm like, he's just Common in every movie. And, like, at first I liked that he was Common in every movie. Now I'm like, can you not be Common in every movie. 5,
Amazing
4,
rapper.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. And we are starting with Albert.
I didn't have anything.
And Amaru.
Wanted.
Wanted is correct. That ties up the game 6-6. All right, gentlemen, we're moving on to your next question. This is your penultimate question. Question number 9 comes in the category of the MCU. So this is inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who tases Thor after his arrival on Earth in Thor? You know, it's so hard with him because, like, in Iron Man questions, you can ask about Tony and not have to say Iron Man, so it doesn't feel weird when you say in Iron Man. And Captain America has the subtitle, so you could just be like the first Avenger. But Thor, you're just like, Thor in Thor. Well, it hurts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we start with Amaru.
Darcy.
And Albert.
Darcy.
Both correct. All right, game is 7-7 as we get into your last question, gentlemen. This comes in the category of Star Trek. Star Trek. What does Jayla call the USS Franklin in Star Trek Beyond? My favorite movie of this trilogy is the first one. Star Trek 09 is probably my favorite Star Trek film as of now, but let's also remember I have not seen anything pre-Star Trek 09. So, but I really like Star Trek 09. I think it's a really well-made movie, and I just like the actors in it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We start with Albert.
She calls it her home.
And Amaru.
I said her house.
Her house, her home. I'm going to accept both answers. We have here her house. I'm going to accept both. So that leaves it 8-8 as we get into round number 2. Unless, Amaru, you did look a little cautious there. Do you want
No.
You're good with it? All right. Well,
No,
then
I'm
we
good.
will move on to round number 2. It is tied 8-8 as we get into that round. Round number 2 will work like this, gentlemen. Each of you, I will present a wheel with 10 categories on it. Well, 10 slices. It's 8 categories and hero and villain's pick. Whatever category you land on your spin, you will receive 5 questions, each worth 2 points. If you're not sure the answer, you can go to multiple choice. However, it takes the value down to 1. You are allowed to respin unless you land on villain's pick. And keep in mind, there is stealing in this round. Now, it is a tie game, but Amaru, you are the higher rated contender. So we're going to bring in Ethan first. I will present the wheel to y'all, and then you can decide whether you'd like to spin first or defer to your opponent. Please bring up the right wheel. Thank you. Finally. Jeez. Starting to work in my favor. All right, gentlemen. Your wheel for this evening has the categories of DC, Star Trek, Mixed Bag, Worlds of DC, Star Wars, Marvel, Directors and Composers, and Middle Earth. So, hearing all the categories, Ethan and Amaru, would you like to spin first or defer to your opponents?
I don't hate this wheel for you.
I don't either.
But still, I mean, you know.
I don't hate it, and when it's this much in my favor, I usually like to go first.
Mhm.
If it was a little closer, I wouldn't. But I think I'm gonna stick with what I have and go first.
All right, let's do it, man.
All right, going first. So we will go ahead. And of course, it does not want to apply to me. Here we go. All right, we're going to give that wheel a spin. And just missing Hero's pick, it lands on Middle Earth. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
Oh, I normally would want to keep this, and I think I still do. Just because it's deeper, and I missed that first question, but I can't let that get in my head. And there's a couple I don't want.
I feel like I think you're going to be good in it, but I also think Albert would pick up some steals if you missed any. But having said that, I'm not saying you're going to miss any. So
yeah, if it's multiple choice, I don't think I'll miss. I don't think I'll miss. So I think I'm gonna just keep it. Make sure I'm good.
Yeah, let's do it. If you got multiple choice, let's do it.
All right, so we will be keeping Ethan goes away. All right, gentlemen, make sure I keep your hands in view at all time. Managers in the back as well for this round. Make sure your hands are in view. All right, Amaru, are you ready for your questions in Middle Earth?
Yeah.
Your first question. In Return of the King, what is the name of the path taken by Aragorn and company to summon the armies of the dead?
The Dimalt.
That is correct for 2 points. And a lead. Your next question. What does Gandalf light on fire to use as projectiles at the end of an unexpected journey?
Pine cones.
That is correct for another 2 points. Your third question. In the Battle of the Five Armies, what does Thorin give Bilbo as a gift of their friendship before the battle? Five, four, three, two,
Let's go multiple
one.
choice.
Just got it in there. Your multiple choice options are A, a mithril vest, B, sting, C, a dwarven ring, or D, the Arkenstone.
Can you repeat all that, please?
No problem. You get one free repeat without any use. Is it A?
No, question two. The question two. Question.
Oh, full repeat. Oh, that's going to
Yeah,
cost you
full
a repeat. All right, full repeat. So that's Amaru's second repeat. Here it comes. In the Battle of the Five Armies, what does Thorin give Bilbo as a gift of their friendship before the battle? Is it A, a mithril vest, B, sting, C, a dwarven ring, or D, the Arkenstone?
Mithril vest.
That is correct for 1 point. Your fourth question. What is the name of the Baggins family home in the Shire?
Bag End.
That's correct for another 2 points. And your final question. The credit song of The Two Towers is named after what character? Five, four, three,
Multiple choice.
2. Your multiple choice options are A, Gandalf, B, Faramir, C, Gollum, or D, Frodo.
Gollum.
That is correct for 1 point. So Amaru having to go multiple choice a couple of times, but not giving any stills. Scores now 16-8 as we get into Albert spin. So we bring in Adelaide, and we will bring back up the wheel for y'all. And here is your spin. And it lands on mixed bag. Would y'all like to keep that or use the respin?
You know, probably gonna respin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whoosh.
All right. Respin whatever it lands on this time you will be taking. Unless it lands on Middle Earth, then that's a free respin.
Mm-hmm.
Ever so close to Star Trek, but it will be mixed bag.
Great.
Okay.
All right, Albert, use your repeats. Take your time.
Okay.
All right, here we go. And remember, everyone, let's keep our hands up. Albert, are you ready for your questions in mixed bag?
Mm-hmm.
All right, your first question. What part of his body does Curtis lose while rescuing the children at the end of Snowpiercer? Five, four, three, two,
Multiple
one.
choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, his eye, B, his foot, C, his arm, or D, his ear.
His arm.
That is correct for 1 point. Your next question. What nickname does Will Arnett's character take on in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows?
I'll take the multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, the Hawk, B, the Eagle, C, the Falcon, or D, the Vulture.
I'm gonna go with the Falcon.
That is correct for 1 other point. Your third question. Who plays Agent Deb Reese in Two Guns?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Penelope Ann Miller, B, Selma Hayek, C, Penelope Cruz, or D, Paula Patton. Five, 4.
Penelope Cruz.
Amaru, a chance for a 1-point steal. Your options once again are A, Penelope Ann Miller, B, Selma Hayek, C, Penelope Cruz, or D, Paula Patton.
Paula Patton.
Paula Patton is correct for the 1-point steal. Albert, your fourth question. In RIPD, the RIPD officers refer to the monsters disguised as humans as what?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, revenants, B, spring traps, C, deados, or D, aftons.
B.
B as in boy?
Yes.
That is incorrect. Maru, another chance at a 1-point steal. Your options again are A, revenants, B, spring traps, C, deados, or D, aftones.
Deados.
That is correct for the 1-point steal. And Albert, your last question. What is the weapon of choice of the Crimson Bolt in 2011's Super?
A wrench.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, so after that, the score is now 18-12 in favor of Amaru as we get into round number 3. Round number 3 works like this, gentlemen. We now have another wheel for you. This wheel only has 6 categories on it, each with 3 questions, a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a 5-pointer. You will spin the wheel 3 times, each getting a question of each point value. If you get them correct, you will receive those points. We will not move on to the other competitor until the person who is behind takes the lead over their opponent. And keep in mind, you are allowed 1 respin in this round, but only 1. You use a respin on a 2-pointer, you cannot respin your 3 or your 5. So, Albert, since you are behind, we will bring in your manager first. And, gentlemen, your categories for this evening are going to be Star Trek, Mixed Bag, Wizarding World, Star Wars, MCU, and Worlds of DC. And with that being said, Albert, your 2-point spin is away. And lands on the MCU. Would you like to keep that for your 2-pointer or use your respin?
All right. I think we'd like to keep it, right, Albert?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just want to take the time just to talk it out, calm the brain down. Only 6 points down, you can still take this. All right. Focus on the question at hand. Play yourself. Don't worry about the score. Just play the best you can these last 3 questions.
Will do.
All right, we'll take M.
All right, MCU. All right, here we go. Albert for 2 points in the category of the MCU. Who saves Tony and Nebula at the start of Avengers Endgame?
Captain Marvel.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, so we bring back up the wheel again. See if we can switch it over to Amaru. Albert, this is your 3-pointer spin.
Well, no, 3 would be
Spin is
17 to
away.
18. So we would still need to hit
Sorry.
the 5 to send it
Yes,
back.
you're right. Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
I forgot a dash. That was on me. All right, so for 3 points, it is presented to you the Wizarding World. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
So I think we're good, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, again, same advice. Take it slow. You got your repeats. I know you can do this. I believe in you, buddy.
Okay. Will do.
All right. Sticking with Wizarding World. Here we go. Albert for 3 points to come within 1 of Amaru in the category of the Wizarding World. Who convinces Snape to make an unbreakable vow in the Half-Blood Prince? Five, 4, 3,
I'll use
2.
my repeat.
All right. Albert using his first repeat. Who convinces Snape to make an unbreakable vow in the Half-Blood Prince?
Bellatrix Lestrange.
That is correct for 3 points. Coming within 1 of Amaru, but still down by 1, so it will come to this. Albert has his 5-pointer still. If he hits it, he will keep alive and force Amaru to answer some questions. If he misses, Amaru will win via TKO and move on to the next round of the tournament. So we bring in Adelaide one more time, and we bring up the wheel. Keep in mind, you do still have your respin available as your 5-pointer spin is away. And it lands on Star Wars. Would you like to keep that for your 5-pointer or use your respin?
I know we just went over this, but at the same time, we need the 5 to win. Would you like something that you prefer, or do you want to just avoid mixed bag as much as you can? So no, 3 of these on here are good
I
for
mean,
you.
I would love to avoid mixed bag, but then again, I feel like the remainder categories aside from Star Wars and mixed bag, I'm slightly stronger in.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna gamble with it and see what happens if it lands on mixed bag. Then, well, if it lands Star Wars, well, but I want to see what happens if it's spinning it.
All right.
So we are
So-
respinning.
All right.
All right.
Whoosh.
All right, the respin is away. Whatever it lands on this time, you will be answering from.
All right.
And it will be Star Trek.
All right. We just went over this. You know you can do this.
Okay.
There we go. All right, Albert, and keep in mind you do still have 2 repeats left. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. For 5 points, stay in the game. In Star Trek Nemesis, what is the name of the Riemann warbird commanded by Shinzon?
Scimitar.
That is correct for 5 big points. With that now taking the lead, it is now 22 to 18. Maru's going to have to answer a couple questions to get it done. So we now bring in Ethan, and we bring back up the wheel for y'all. Amaru, this will be your 2-pointer spin. All categories available to you except the MCU. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. It lands in Worlds of DC. Would you like to keep that for 2 points or use your respin?
Keep
I
that.
think we're keeping that, right?
Yep, we're keeping that.
Great.
All right, here we go. So, sorry about that. It was taking a while to respond. All right. Amaru for 2 points to come within 2 of Albert. Your question in Worlds of DC. What did Billy show Freddy as Shazam to prove that he was Billy in the movie Shazam? Five, four, three.
The bullet that shot
2.
Superman, he stole from Freddy.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. So now Amaru has his 3-pointer, his first chance to see if he can win this match right now. He hits the 3-pointer, he will win. If he misses, he still has his 5. But we will see if he can what he can do with the 3. Right, Amaru, the only category not available to you on this spin is Wizarding World, and the spin is away. And it lands in Star Trek. Would you like to keep that for 3 points or use your
Yes.
respin?
Keeping it.
All right. We'll be keeping Star Trek. All right. Maru, and do keep in mind you only have 1 repeat left as we get into your 3-pointer question for a possible win. In Star Trek Into Darkness, what Klingon planet did John Harrison hide on?
Ah,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Malchus. I don't know this.
We were looking for Kronos. Kronos was the name of the
Oh
planet.
man.
So it does come
Yes.
down to this.
Don't worry about
Albert still having 1 spin at the wheel for his 5-pointer. If he hits it, he will win and move on in the tournament. If he misses, Albert will win and move on. So, Maru, you do still have your respin available as we get into your 5-point spin. For this category, Star Trek is the only category not available to you. The spin is away.
Oh man.
You got this, Rue. 1 question.
And it actually landed in Star Trek, so that's a free respin right there. It's always going to do it once to me in this round. Always once. Lands in Star Wars. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
Oh man. Probably want to use the respin.
Yeah, I'm just worried about that mixed bag. Although I will say you hit a couple of those mixed bag questions. So
Yeah.
if you feel honestly, we need this to win. So if you feel stronger in everything else, then you should respin.
I do feel stronger in everything else, but yeah, let's just hope mixed bag doesn't come up, and if it does, so bad it.
You might get it anyway. Let's do it.
We're gonna respin
All right.
this one.
Respin is away. Whatever it lands on, unless it's Star Trek, you will be answering from.
It was fate. You got this.
All
You
right.
got this, Drew. 1 more repeat. You got it.
The fates have decided. This will be decided by our 2-star categories. Literally, they have stars in them. You know what? I'm stalling. Let's just go on. All right. Amaru, your final question for 5 points in the category of Star Wars. Besides Biggs, which of Luke's friends does he bring up when talking about leaving for the Academy in A New Hope? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
That is your last repeat. Besides Biggs, Which of Luke's friends does he bring up when talking about leaving for the academy in A New Hope? Five, four,
Hutch.
3. Can I hear that one more time?
Hutch. Hutch.
And your winner, Albert Wiradharma. The answer was Tank, his friend Tank. Wow.
Can I get Ethan in there? I'm gonna try this.
Sure. All right.
I'm gonna try this. So, I believe when he's talking about all of that, I believe he might bring up Tank, but I also believe he brings up Tyree and Hutch too. And I don't think it's just one person. And I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I feel like I need to challenge this. See if we can pull it off.
Man, you have been confident and correct in most of the things you've said tonight, so I'm trusting you on this, and I think you should do it.
All right.
So my challenge is, I believe he also brings up Tyree and Hutch. It's not just one other person he brings up. So I believe my answer is right with all of them.
Okay. All right. So that is the challenge on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from that challenge. We did review it. We found the scene that we were looking for when Luke is arguing with Uncle Owen about leaving for the academy early since they bought the new droids. We did check. There are no more other mentions of friends, and we did thoroughly check. There is no other conversation where he has with anybody about leaving for the academy. So the final question stands. Amaru did miss it. Albert is the winner. We are going to go ahead and we will speak with Amaru first. Bring back in Ethan. Amaru, man, hey, dude, that was a hell of a match, man.
It was.
You got that first challenge. You know, you got that to get back to that tie position. You had an amazing round 2. It's just that round 5, man. When you have to go down to that 5-pointer, it's you know it or you don't. It's always that 5-pointer. You know it or you don't. And like you said, you know, you respun. You tried to get away from it, but fate was like, no, you're going to answer this Star Wars question. But how are you feeling, man?
I'm all right, man. I've had a really good season. This allows me to give me a little bit of a break. I wanted to win, but Albert's been killing it recently. You ask about I have any other Star Trek film. I feel like I get that 3. But I'm doing all right, man. Like I said, B-Day tomorrow. I've had a great day. It would have been nice to cap this off with a win. But again, I am like, I'm gonna test back in, come back, ready to kill people. Yeah, so I'm good, man.
No, yeah, absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be seeing you again. And if you do test back in, which we all think you will, it'll be very soon because you're still going to have an amazing record. So congrats to you for that. You know, unfortunately, you got to do what you got to do. Ethan, any last words for Amaru's performance here?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to see it, but like he obviously played a great game. You know, like he kept it tight in round 1. That challenge brought him ahead. Had a great round 2. It came down to those 2 questions at the end, and you know, I mean, I think props to Albert because Albert played from behind after round 1, and he swung it in round 3 with I think he went 10 for 10. So he played a great game. He earned the win. Rue's going to test back in. He's going to get back in because he's Rue. And we got other tournaments going on, Rue. So it's okay. We're going to be back, and Rue's going to keep cleaning up in other places. But I mean, Albert played great. Congrats to Spence and Albert for this win. And yeah, we're not too upset.
No, absolutely. Well, you know, like I said, man, good job tonight with what y'all do. Amaru, we'll be seeing you again. Great job tonight. And we now speak with our winner, Mr. Albert Wiradharma. Man, dude, talk about an upset. Like, talk about a comeback. Talk about anything else we can talk about, man. Great freaking match, dude. Going 10. You know, because I know you were kind of kicking yourself after kind of getting those misses in round 1. You were on a perfect streak. That challenge, you tried to protect your perfect round. You know, when you get mixed bag in round 2, it's always a bitch. And you were down. But going 10 for 10 in round 3 is what you need to do to make a comeback like that, and you did it. So, and like I said, not only that, you're protected now. It doesn't matter what happens after this now. You're back in next year. You don't have to worry about testing again. So how are you feeling?
I mean, it feels great. That was super nerve-wracking. I was down big going into round 3. I just tried to stay cool and collected. And once I did my thing, I was just I don't know if Amaru was gonna nail his or not in the challenges. I was just at the edge of my seat the whole time, but getting the victory is sweet. It's
Yeah, absolutely. So now with that victory comes moving on to the tournament. So now, having defeated Amaru, your next opponent will be the winner of Dominic Rizzi and Richard Schwartz. Now, I know, Adelaide, would it be better to keep knocking out giants and go for Rizzi, or do y'all want a little bit of revenge against Schwartz for knocking y'all out earlier this season?
I mean, Dom's terrifying, but so is Amaru, so I'm sure Albert could do it, but beating Richard would be so satisfying. Like, it would feel so nice after the shit hand Albert got given in his match against him. Either way, we'll show up to play, because I know Albert. He is committed. He loves to play, and if I'm saying anything wrong, he can absolutely correct me. But seeing his joy when he wins is what drives me to help him win. So whoever comes next, watch out, because I love this kid. I will work my ass off to make sure that he wins, and don't never count him out, because look what you did. You count him out, he beats the 2 seed.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, congratulations to you both. We will see you in round number 2. Enjoy this. All right. Well, that does it for us here at Full Metal Geek. Make sure you do everything you're supposed to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things you haven't done yet. Please do them. We're almost done with round 1, so let's keep it going. So for everyone who was here today, for Amaru and for Ethan, for Adelaide, for our winner today, Albert, I've been your host, the Red Ranger, RJ, Rene Villarreal Jr. I had to burp. You know what? Keep it in. I don't mind. We'll see you guys next time here in the tournament.